Hello students, welcome back to this online course of Water Resource Engineering. So in the previous lecture we have seen the relationship between delta and duty, and in the previous lecture I have given you to fill this table. So if you have got this, then it's well and good. If you are not getting, it is I have written for you. Sugarcane delta, this is a average value, this is not hard and fast. Sometimes it can be 130, sometimes it can be 110. So according to the field conditions it can vary. So sugarcane is 120 centimeter, rice also 120 centimeter, tobacco 75 centimeter, ground garden fruits 60 centimeters, cotton 50 centimeter, vegetables 45 centimeter, wheat is 40 centimeter, barley is 30 centimeter, maize 25, fodder 22.5 centimeter, and peas it is 15 centimeter. So I hope you have filled this table. So let us solve some problems. These irrigation problems are not very tough, they are very simple. So the problem number 1 is, if wheat requires 7.5 centimeter of water after every 28 days and the base period for wheat is 140 days, find out the value of delta. So same problem we have done in the previous lecture also. First you have to find what it is saying. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This time is 140 days, which is its base period. So, and after every 28 days we are providing water. Okay, so first it is, this is 140 days, so frequency will be 5. So 5 times we have to give the water, and each time we are providing 7.5 centimeter of water. So total water we are providing is 5 multiplied by 7.5, that is coming out to be 37.5. Hence the delta of wheat is 37.5 centimeter. So this is very basic problem. Let us see the second problem. Find the delta for a crop when its duty is 864 hectares per cubic on the field. The base period of this crop is 120 days. So this formula we have derived in the previous lecture, which is relating delta with duty and base period. So delta is equal to 864 B by D centimeters. This is in centimeters. B is given 120, D is given 864 hectares per cubic. So we want to calculate delta. 864 multiplied by 120 upon 864. So this will cancel out. So answer will be 120 centimeter. So this crop is also having delta 120 centimeters. So these problems you can easily do. These are very basic problems. Now let us move. Now we want to see the duty at various places. So duty, as we have seen in the previous lecture, what was duty? Duty was, it was the ability of water to irrigate. How much of water field can be irrigated by water per cubic of water? This was we have defined as duty. So this is a layout of a canal system. This is the river. We have taken out water. So this is main canal, this is branch canal, this is distributary, this is minor, this is water course, and this is the field. From here we want to supply water in the field. So the requirement of water is different. It is varying at different places. So depending upon the requirement of the water, irrigation water, duty is also going to be changed. So let us see how it is going to change and what are the factors which are affecting the duty at various places in a canal system. So in a large canal irrigation system, the water from its source first of all flows into the main canal. So water from the river, first we have to take this water into our main canal. From here we will be supplying water to field. So first duty is to take this water into our main canal. From the main canal, it flows into the branch canal. So this is the main canal going. So one branch will be here, one branch will be here, one branch will be here. So different branches will be there. In branch canal, generally the discharge is greater than 30 cumex, 30 meter cube per second. Generally it is exceeding this value. Now from the branch canal, it flows into the distributary. From branch canal, there will be different, here one distributary, ahead also various distributaries are there. From the distributary, it flows into the minor and then into the field channel and finally into the field. So this is the route of water which is being followed in a large canal system. Here you can see, you can understand how the water is made reach to this field. So this is a proper channel. So during the passage of the water from these irrigation channels, water is lost due to evaporation and percolation. So this route is not very short. It is not 10 meter, 20 meter. This is in kilometers. River is somewhere else. Maybe it's in different city, maybe in different district. So this distance is very huge in kilometers. So while transferring or while transporting water through this route, a huge amount of water, a significant amount of water is going to be lost in the form of evaporation and percolation. These losses are called transit losses or transmission or conveyance losses in the channel, because these are lost during transmission of water. That's why we are terming these as transit losses, transmission or conveyance losses in the channels. So I hope this is clear little bit how the water is being transported. Now the duty of water for a crop is the number of hectares of land which the unit flow of water for B days can irrigate. So the number of hectares which the water can irrigate, unit water can irrigate in B number of days, this we have defined as duty. Clear? Therefore, if the water requirement of a particular crop at a particular location is more, then lesser number of hectares of land it will irrigate. This is very important. I will repeat. If the water requirement of a particular crop at a particular location is more, if requirement of water, let us say this whole page is a field, okay? So here water requirement is more. Let us assume. So here water requirement is more. So water will be irrigating a small portion, small area. Hence the duty will be less, because it will be irrigating the lesser number of hectares. Hence, if water consumed by a crop of a given pace period is more, its duty will be less. Very simple. It therefore becomes clear that the duty of water at the head of water course will be less than the duty of water on the field. Why it is happening? Because at the head of the water course, at the head of the starting of the canal, water is not being used for any irrigation purpose. In the canal, it is only for transportation, but on the field, it is being used for irrigation. So the consumption is high, okay, and it is irrigating the more area in field. So in field its duty will be high with respect to at the head of the water course. Because why it is happening? Because when water flows from the head of the water course and reaches the field, some water is lost en route as transit losses. Okay, so water is being lost, so it is not being used. So if we are not able to use that water, so duty will be less. So applying the same reasoning, it can be established. What we can understand from this whole discussion, that duty of water at the head of a minor will be less than that of at the head of the water course. Second point, duty at the head of the distributary will be less than that at the head of the minor. So as we are moving from the canal, main canal, to the field, the duty is increasing, or reversely we can say, as we are moving from field to the canal, duty is decreasing. Duty at the head of branch canal will be less than that at the head of distributary, and duty at the head of a main canal will be less than the duty at the head of the branch canal. Same thing, whatever I've told, like as we are moving towards the field, duty is increasing. As we are moving away from the field, duty is decreasing. So duty of water therefore varies from one place to another and increases as one moves downwards from the head of the main canal towards the head of the branch canal or water course. So let me show you what I wanted to say. Like, see, the water here is irrigating not at all, it is just for transportation. But water, same water, when coming here, it will irrigate the field, and duty is defined as the area in hectares being irrigated. So here duty will be more, here duty will be less. So as we are moving away from the field is here. So as we are moving away, the more is the distance, the lesser will be duty. So here duty is least. Then let me just reverse it. Here duty is maximum, here less than this value, here less than this value. So as we are moving away from the field, duty is going to be reduced. So I hope it is clear why duty is varying from place to place. The duty at the head of water course is quite important and is called the outlet discharge factor. The duty at the inlet point of the minor. Okay, just see the diagram. Minor is this one, the final canal just before the field. This outlet point is generally the end point of the irrigation department. Okay, so irrigation department, what the irrigation department is basically the department of the government. So what, this point is the last point for the irrigation department. From after this point towards field, the cultivators will be controlling the various processes. So the main work of irrigation department is to extract the water from river, construct the various canals till the point of minor. After minor, this water course and field is controlled by the cultivators. The control of irrigation department finishes at the outlet point, and the water is carried into the fields through water courses by the beneficiary cultivators themselves. So after this outlet, the beneficiaries or the cultivators are controlling the water. So this is all for today. In the next lecture, we will be seeing more about the irrigation flow, different types of duty we are going to study, and what are the parameters on which duty is dependent, and so on. So this is all for today. Thank you.